Hi Natasha, thanks for squeezing us in for what's going to be a really busy evening tonight for Cambridge Standing Tall Auction. So we've got some quick fire questions just to get to know each other better.
Yes.
Would you rather talk every language or talk to animals?
Every language or talk to animals? Animals.
Ooh.
Definitely animals.
Any animal in particular?
Cats.
Cats. Oh,
Cats. Are they really loyal or do they only just care about dinner?
You would
That's
find
the
out.
top question.
You
I'd
would
find out and I wouldn't tell anyone.
Okay, this is a bit giraffe related.
Okay.
Would you like to have a really long neck or hooves for hands?
That's a wild question. I think a really long neck. I think I'd like to do as the giraffes do and reach up so elegantly the way they do it. I saw giraffes recently actually and they're amazingly elegant, which just doesn't make any sense given their proportions. So I think long neck plus manual dexterity would be a superpower.
Yes. Oh, great answer. Now, final question. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Doesn't have to be healthy.
Doesn't have to be healthy. Probably would be, though, I would imagine, because I'm quite weird and quite like the taste of things like kale and spinach.
Ooh.
I would probably go for, like chili kale.
Chili. I feel like a giraffe would like that as well. So yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah, eating it with my long neck, but also with my hands. Yeah.
Perfect. Love that. Okay, so we know you do a lot of charity auctions, and you were last with us auctioning dinosaurs and the mammoths for Go Discover.
Yeah.
Now it's giraffes. What do you enjoy most about these charity auctions?
Well, on paper, these could be quite samey, couldn't they? Tonight we're going to sell 37 giraffes, and in Norfolk I think there were over 60 of the animals, but that's just if you don't have any imagination. So I'm always amazed at how unique each one is, how out of the box each artist is prepared to go. There are giraffes tonight with, one of them is wired up, it's a lamp, one of them's a plant pot, one of them is an illusion, it's got cogs on the inside. They're incredible. So I love the variety and yet the familiarity with each lot. That's what keeps me going because they can last a long time.
They can.
Yeah, so that's what keeps me going. It's sort of like, okay, here's the next thing. I know exactly what shape it's going to be, but where did imagination take the artist?
Okay, now we have some questions from our trail goers.
Okay.
How do you remember all the sculpture names? Some are quite difficult to pronounce.
I don't remember them. I have very helpful information in front of me. There's no way I would remember all of them, but pronunciation is a thing. I was on the radio once talking about someone from Burntisland, and it's pronounced Burnt Island, and no one told me, and everyone was laughing, and they just let me go on about Burntisland. So hopefully there won't be an equivalent tonight, but the chances are there will be.
Aside from sculptures, what's the craziest or most surprising thing you've ever auctioned?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I have sold some weird and wonderful stuff. Something I didn't sell, but thought that I was selling was back in many years ago. I used to do a general sale at the auction house where I worked, so didn't really have any control over what was being sold or any part in putting the catalogue together. All I had to do was step up to the rostrum and sell. And in Scotland, a traditional two-handled dish is called a quaich, so a drinking vessel. It's called a quaich. It's quite traditional, sort of looks like a porridge bowl and people drink from it. It's kind of like a loving cup and it's spelled Q-U-A-I-C-H, and someone had catalogue instead of a silver quaich, a silver quiche. And so I just stood up onto the rostrum cold and was like, okay, next we seem to be selling a silver quiche. Where's the quiche? Oh, it's a quaich. Okay, moving on. So it would have been the weirdest thing ever, but in the end it was just a very traditional little vessel.
Oh, I love that. Silver quiche. I feel like that is something. You've created something there. Right, we've got one more question. What can we expect to see from you next? Is there anything exciting you're working on?
Oh, well, I'm really grateful to have the privilege to be involved in auctioning off these amazing sculptures across the country for all sorts of different charities. So looking forward to more of these auctions, looking forward to more radio, and I've just been filming Antiques Road Trip with Philip Serrell, if you're familiar with Phil and his scarves. We've just done our 4th road trip in a really beautiful 1948 Chevrolet pickup car, which was incredible and impossible to drive at the same time. Really good fun. And we've just done a celebrity road trip with the two guys from The Traitors, Harry and Paul, and they were really good fun. Loads going on, essentially same old, but each year you never know what's going to happen, which celebrities are going to come on the programme, who we're going to be paired with. And I've just had a baby a few months ago, little Jean. So this is the first night I've been away from her. So I'll be auctioning off those giraffes, but I will have Jean in the back of my mind.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're privileged that that you chose to spend your first night away from Jean with us. So thank you so much. And Jean, follow us. Get bidding. You know, your nursery might need a giraffe sculpture.